Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Red Cup Mesa off the bench. There's many topics to talk about. There was Champions League. There was the Mexican three Clásicos in a row.
We're gonna go over our predictions.
And we'll talk about who we think are gonna go to the semifinal Champions League. Maybe take our prediction even further to the final. Who we think is gonna make it. So grab a snack, grab a drink, and join us. Mike, how you doing?
Good. Good.
Your Arsenal 7-1 PSV.
Yeah, we were pretty much in from the first game, from the first leg. After
You guys were
that,
pretty much in before the match even started.
yeah, I mean that was our predictions, right?
Yeah.
Our predictions were Arsenal. I think everything pretty much went according to plan, except for Liverpool,
Liverpool, yeah.
because the other one we predicted Barca to go through,
Dortmund to go
Dortmund,
through, Bayern to go through, and then the last one was Inter, right?
Inter,
And Feyenoord.
yeah, Inter. We and then on the other side, Liverpool. We predicted Liverpool,
To go through, we predict Aston
Villa,
Real Madrid,
and Arsenal.
and Arsenal.
Yeah. So pretty much we hit it on the money, except for the Liverpool. What do you think went wrong there?
In the Liverpool game?
Yeah.
Mistakes, obviously, the goal.
Mhm.
Mistakes. Just a mistake that Konate and Allison didn't, communicate to each other. Unluckily, but we had the whole first half still. That was like minute 10 or something. So I mean, we still had the whole first half. First half, the rest of the first half, and then the whole second half, the ball just didn't want to go in. Trent got it. I don't know if he's gonna be ready for the next game, right? But he got injured. No? Yeah. So Kwanzaa came in, and then he had a header, hit the post, and then out again. We had chances. We had our chances, and I think Arnie. I think from my point of view, I think he made mistakes. He made mistakes taking out Luis Diaz, taking out McAllister. And then I don't know who else he took out, but I think those were two key players that could have helped you out in the penalty kickoff shootout. That could have been a secure goal, and unfortunately we had to put Darwin and Curtis Jones. I mean, I'm not saying they're bad players, right? Because they're pro athletes, they're what they're doing, right? But
yeah.
As soon as I saw Darwin step up, I was like, "We're done.
Damn.
We are done."
That sucks.
And then that's what happened.
Damn. Yeah. Unlucky.
Unlucky. Redemption is the final against Newcastle, and we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes. Moving on to the next. Well, Villa is pretty straightforward.
Villa was gonna win. Yeah. Villa has a pretty good team.
Yeah.
From what
I
know.
Compared to Club Brugge, I think it was a little bit too much team. Next match is Real Madrid Atletico. Yeah. That one was a little controversial, according to people. I think he touched it twice, personally.
I saw. Well, we don't know what are the actual footage that they're showing, right?
Yeah.
But I saw footage, and I also saw that Julian Alvarez touched it. If he didn't touch it when he slipped, he touched it when he hit the ball.
Well, I think from what I saw, from what like you said, I think that us as the public, we only get to see certain footage.
What they want us to see.
What they want us to see, yeah. Broadcast footage, pretty much at least. But I think he touched it after he kicked the ball. I think a lot of people are looking at it or they're trying to see it. They try to look for it when he slipped. When that's not, I don't think that's when it happened. He touched it when he kicked it.
So he slipped and his foot got in front of the ball. He kicked and then it went.
And then, como se resbaló, kind of went like that a little bit. I mean, he's still obviously not a lot of this deal because he still scored it, but just a little bit. Yeah, and I mean, controversy, yeah, because
it's who was playing.
I've never seen a VAR intervene in a penalty kick, like penalties.
Well, they're the ones who intervene to check if the goalie
That's
step
true.
forward and stuff like that. So,
But I mean, as a kicker, and on the kick, I had never seen that.
yeah,
On
that's
the
it.
goalie, it makes sense because they can se pueden
Yeah,
adelantar
but
or
I
whatever.
think they always intervene. But since most
It's never
penalties,
really happened.
yeah, it's not
That's
really
the thing.
happened. So I don't think until now,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously who was playing, not really Atletico de Madrid, right? Right,
Yeah,
but Real Madrid
Real Madrid.
because they have that. I will not say legacy. I will say legacy of stealing those
Stealing games.
stealing games. It's because it's a
Mm,
lot. It's a lot. There's a lot of Madrid fans out there who, if hopefully they're watching us and stuff like that, they're gonna be no, it's not. But
yeah.
I mean, there is Real Madrid in Champions League. Well, no one say history, but ever since I started watching Champions League, they've had some games have been very controversial,
Mm-hmm.
and some finals have also been very controversial. That at the end of the day, they ain't gonna do nothing about it. So
Yeah. Damn.
yeah.
Which one's after that?
What do you think about Arsenal? Well,
Well,
obviously we
Arsenal.
saw the guys
Yeah,
went through.
I was expecting a win, just because I think that the the difference between the Eredivisie and Premier League is it's quite a big of a gap. Like PSV is a good team, but I still thought that
They're not that
as good
hard of a
as
competitor
yeah.
to.
I thought it was gonna be a good game. Um, Arsenal just pretty much ran away with
You
it in the
didn't.
first
You
game.
did not see a. Did you see what? Did you expect a game to be how
That
the
easy?
first leg was?
No, I did not expect it to be like
You
that.
expected it mostly what the second leg was.
Yeah, kind of like that. A little bit more. But I feel like the second game weren't like that también because Arsenal salió a.
Yeah, that didn't.
Not to defender porque todavía fue a meter goles, but just to asegurar,
Yeah.
que no pase nada, nothing funny, no funny
After
business.
one or two more, they're like, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah. That's what I expected. How about you? That easy? You were expecting that easy?
Well, not that amount of goals, but I expected like a 3-0,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
3-4-0 probably.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a big gap. No matter what, if Arsenal doesn't have a striker, no matter what, if Arsenal's coming out to as not their greatest moment. But like I understand what you're saying that the league difference, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it. Like I said, I kind of see it, but I did see Arsenal win game, win this series.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but
Which one's after that? Barça.
Barca Dortmund.
No, no,
No,
no.
Barca, Benfica.
Yeah. It's pretty much expected. I
Yeah,
kind of expected it like that.
yeah. I mean, I thought I hoped Benfica beat Barca because they gave them a fight in the first
The
games,
first game,
in the very first game that they played, the group stages. But well, yeah, it was just expected for Barca to go through.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
Dortmund,
Lil.
I Dortmund.
Yeah.
That wasn't a very genius um, situation to choose the opponent.
Yeah, that one's pretty easy to guess, I think.
Yeah, and then Bayern
And Leverkusen.
Yeah, the derby.
The Derby, yeah. Um,
I'm actually surprised that Leverkusen is that bad.
why?
Like, coming from last season, nobody left. No, not the important players left.
That's
None of the
true.
very important players left. So something. Well, so what changed? What changed?
Mm,
Does that make you rethink that Xavi Alonso is that good of a coach?
well, no, he's still doing all right. I think they're still like top, and they're not. What are they like? Third place or second
Third or
place,
fourth,
and
I think.
something like that in the Bundesliga. So
Yeah,
he's still doing a decent job, especially for a team like Leverkusen.
but
Um,
coming from a season from last year.
Es que también probably last season is momentum también. Let's just keep it going. Vas, ganas y ganas y ganas. Momentum. the team's up for it.
But
y luego after, pues, they go to the break, which is what, 2-3 months.
Mm-hmm.
En veces that momentum se va.
I guess, but I mean, I don't know. To me, it's just that's that. Like, what changed between in the summer for you to?
I don't think it's not what changed for them. It's what changed around them, as in like the other team.
Well, Bayern didn't get anything.
No, but it's not just about getting or anything. Teams ya le saben jugar, or
That's true.
they're kind of better prepared, and like when they're taken by surprise.
Yeah.
So a whole season de ver cómo Xavi juega.
But you gotta change it up a little bit.
Coaches se mueren con la suya.
Yeah, but there's Guardiola. He always stayed with the same tactic. He just adjusted to every fucking league that he went to.
Yeah.
You know?
But Xavi Alonso is not Pep Guardiola.
There's not. There's not. And then, so then Inter and Feyenoord.
That one was pretty straightforward.
So yeah, Inter.
Pretty straightforward.
Then
they have a good team. I think. Well, Inter, Bayern. What do you think?
I think Bayern is gonna go through.
You think Bayern?
Yeah. I think Bayern might go through.
I think that's a tough one. If I were to make a prediction, I think Inter go through.
You think Inter goes through?
I think Inter will go through. They're just very solid all the way from the top to back.
Like,
yeah.
Okay. What about Dortmund, Barcelona?
Barca.
Barca? Yeah, there's no.
Barca.
Barca has its, like I said it last time, I think Barca has a spot in the final already.
But then also, what I'm also thinking about is I'm giving the edge to Inter, pero también porque yo creo que Inter le hace mejor juego al Barça que than Bayern would do.
To Barca?
To Barça.
You think so?
I think que Inter le da mejor partido al Barça.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't want Barca to go through to the final. I don't.
I wouldn't want it to, but I think Barca has already a foot in there.
They have a good chance. I'm not saying que no.
I'm not saying it's rigged, but I'm saying Barca got a little. They got a little.
Yeah, pero por eso te digo.
Because to me, it's very strange how all the teams who are they're tougher than you, who are better than you, end up in one whole side.
Yeah.
And they all gotta destroy each other before they get to you.
See, technically, yeah, I agree. Except, see, on this side estuvieron casi todos los equipos que I would consider better.
Porque casi todos los que quedaron top estaban de este lado, ¿o no?
No,
obviously not everybody, right? But
porque estaba Liverpool.
Oh no, porque el Inter quedó third y estaba aquí de este lado.
Pues what was it? Liverpool first, Barca second, Arsenal third,
Inter.
Leverkusen, I think after. No, I mean it was pretty like even, but even I think no importa dónde quedaron en la tabla, you still know what kind of football juega what team.
Yeah.
So, and sí están un poco más the better teams I think were in that side of the bracket. Real Madrid, Arsenal, Liverpool, PSG.
What do you think, Villa or PSG?
You know what? I'm gonna give it a Villa.
I'm gonna go Villa too.
I'm gonna give it a Villa.
I'm gonna go to Villa. I told my my coworker, he's like, nah, PSG's gonna beat Villa. I'm like, dude, it's just because you don't see the Premier League. Villa at home, they're a very, very competitive team.
Yo digo que sí. Well, the thing is, like, PSG es la media que controla, like, their midfield is hella good.
Yeah, because
their striker come like not really defense. Okay, I think en ese partido el que controle the midfield is gonna end up taking it. But y la cosa is with this, Villa are good at pressuring. So they make the field compact, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how PSG will respond to that if they do that. Are they able to get play out of it? Are they not?
I'm pretty sure they'll be able to get out of it because Luis Enrique is not. And Luis Enrique is
No slouch.
he's a real smart coach.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. You know,
Mhm.
I feel like he studies the opponent pretty well.
Yeah.
That's what he did with
Well, por
Liverpool.
eso te digo, he can implement a strategy, but will his players be able to do it? Like actually
Actually, perform it.
perform it? That's going to be something that we're going to have to see,
Yeah,
I think. Pero yo solo doy a Villa.
I know. I choose
I choose
Villa.
Villa too.
I want Villa to take out uh PSG.
PSG.
Yeah.
And
And the
then
last
the
one,
last one, Real Madrid Arsenal. What do you think?
I think not. I don't think because they're playing a very collective as a team game right now. Because they're not. But I think Real Madrid will go through. I think Real Madrid, and like I said, it's not because it's a better team. It's not that, but because they have specific players that can make a difference at any time.
Yeah, I mean, as an Arsenal fan, I mean,
Okay, put your shirt on first.
put my shirt on.
Yeah, first put your shirt on.
Okay.
Because there's many people who don't know how to differentiate from putting on your shirt and taking off your shirt.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put it on. I believe Arsenal can beat a team like Real Madrid, especially viendo cómo le jugó al Atlético. That's the second game. Es un Real Madrid que casi no jugó muy bien.
That's what I'm telling
No
you.
jugó muy bien. So, with my shirt on, si Real Madrid sale a jugar así, Arsenal can get at them. They can. Porque el Real Madrid no se cierra.
No, they go for it.
They go for it.
Yeah.
Y si juegan mal así, el Arsenal le conviene que el equipo les juegue. Right? The Arsenal cannot break down these low block teams. Si un equipo se le cierra,
yeah, but at the same time, they have to be careful in the back.
Yeah, but I think our defense is pretty much capable. I mean, what? Who are you gonna tell me? Ira, here's the thing. What you're gonna tell me, Mbappe, right? Saliba's more than capable enough to come up against him.
Pero le dejas un espacio, Mike.
No, al que estoy yo preocupado es Vinny. Si lo dejamos a él libre.
Nah, I'm not worried about Vinny.
I'm more worried about Vinny than I am Mbappe. But yeah, I mean, this is me with my Arsenal shirt on. Like I think that if Real Madrid juega así, I think we can beat them.
You're just like a social media, me salió un kid, right? He's like I think DT.
DT?
Yeah,
the kid?
The guy?
Yeah. No, Robbie from AFTV.
I think so. I don't know. I don't know who he is. But
shout out to them.
See, shout out to them. Hopefully,
I love AFTV.
But they asked the kid. They asked the kid. They're like, hey, you know, how long, you know, what do you think? What do you think? Arsenal? Do you think Arsenal can beat Real Madrid? The kid's like, yeah, I believe we have a team that can beat Real Madrid. If Liverpool beat them, why not? I believe we have a better team than Liverpool and all this stuff. So yeah, you know, I believe. I don't watch a lot of La Liga, but you know, I believe we can easily beat them.
Yeah.
There's no way. And then people in the comments were just like, "That's a better team than Liverpool. You're 15 points away and all this stuff." And then in my mind, I was like, you know what? I mean, it's just a kid. He's giving his opinion on what he thinks. You know, and I was like, dude, you know that's. I mean, he at least believes. There's many people out there like they see a team. Already, fuck it, we're not gonna win. You know, so you know, but at least he believes in it.
Now, ¿quieres que me quite mi camisa?
Yeah.
I'll take off my shirt, my jersey, and I think Real Madrid will go through. Not just because I don't, because right now, well, I mean, we're due to have Saka back.
At the end of the day, I believe one of the main factors to be there, the why Real Madrid will go through, to me, is because Arsenal doesn't have a striker. Yeah. Arsenal doesn't have a 9 that can. score the chances that you guys got
we're
that you
gonna
guys need.
Yeah, because pues sí, con Real Madrid va a ser de que we gotta score what we get.
Whatever chance we get. I don't know.
I was gonna go to that. No, Havertz is not coming back till next season, preseason. Okay. So Havertz for sure is not coming back. Saka will probably be back. Pero la otra cosa también es, pues Real Madrid tiene history, tiene hierarchy in the Champions League.
Do you think?
And veces I feel like I hate to say it because I feel like well, I mean, Arsenal no tiene history in Champions League. It's the truth. We don't.
So do
have
you
it.
think that plays a
Sometimes
factor
I feel like it
towards
gets
the
in
refs, or like do you think that plays a factor for?
Not
like,
necessarily the refs because I don't want to start this conspiracy or whatever. But sometimes it plays a factor on the players' heads. You know, at the end of the day, you're playing Real Madrid.
Yeah, they can like a couple years ago, right? That they were doing so bad in
They
La
were doing
Liga,
hella bad.
But in the fucking Champions League, it's like a monster, right?
Exactly.
Coming at you.
Parecían otro whole different teams que jugaban.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But no, we can do it. I think we can do it. Mendy se les lesionó. I don't know how long he's gonna be out for. But Rudiger, la verdad, no lo veo like tan buen defensa tampoco. No, I think they can get got at. It's gonna be tough, pero sí se puede. I think que sí se puede. We'll see. I'm not gonna say that we are gonna win, but my heart says yes. My heart says yes. My mind says no. But this is the thing with that, right? League is pretty much done. Focus on this shit. Focus on the Champions League. Lo que pase, pase.
Yeah.
But then they always say Arsenal fans is the hope that kills us because they always let us down. You know.
I mean, the last thing that you can lose is hope.
Yeah, that's true.
But you just never know.
Yeah, you just never know.
So but yeah. So it's gonna be intense. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The final, I think the UEFA wants Real Madrid, Barcelona in the final. I think that's what they're shooting for. So that's my prediction for the final.
Yo digo, my prediction, también realistically, I think it's gonna be Real Madrid, Barcelona in the final. But si for a chance que Arsenal le gane al Real Madrid,
llega a
la final, and que tengan cuidado because the champion sale from Real Madrid and Arsenal.
Damn.
Nah, I think if Arsenal can beat Real Madrid, they're going to the final and they're gonna come with you're beating Real Madrid, the current holders, the champions. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's put it on there. Let's put it on the books.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be intense. It's gonna be intense. So, I mean,
before we actually, I think because that's pretty much wrapping up the Champions League. But we're about to call this a video. But before we actually go, because we talked about the tres clásicos, and I think nos vimos kind of stupid because we said America would.
Well, you said America will sweep all three. I said America was gonna take two, but I knew it wasn't gonna be that way.
1-1-1.
1-1-1. You
pues
said
en sí, yo digo que la América le ganó el que más importaba. What do you think?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right?
Pretty much.
Es lo que yo pienso. At the end of the day, like
Chivas fans out there, congratulations on the win, on the first one, without scoring a goal, right? Pero pues
the Beating America trophy.
Their season was done. But yeah, I mean,
they're gonna make a DVD about beating La America and
muchos salieron a social media que haciendo memes de que dónde estaba el equipo que nos iba a golear and all this stuff, but it just
no, y se vio en el last one. Yeah, cuando quiso jugar al América.
Sí, cuando quiso jugar, cuando cuando de verdad tenía que
Yeah,
haber
que
jugado.
jugado.
I mean, me as an American fan, I did not like the first game or the second game because it was, you're supposed to show that you want it.
Yeah.
Maybe see in the first middle, salieron
Mhm.
maybe like, it's gonna be an easy win. We're gonna score 1 or 2 and we should be good.
Mhm.
All this stuff, um, pero yeah, I mean, at least they got the job done. That's
Yeah.
what they have to do.
That's all that matters.
That's Yeah, because I think at this point, yeah, you could say that the fourth one, the Treta Campeonato's coming, or
Mhm.
maybe they won it this year, but the most important one is that one.
That one. Mhm.
That's the most important one this year.
Yeah.
So, to all Chivas fans out there, see you.
See you later.
See you later.
Well, I
you
hope
know,
you guys
even,
enjoyed. Huh?
even Jorge, Jorge?
Oh yeah, Jorge. He lost the bet, no?
No.
Oh no, because it was
One,
if
one,
it
one,
one
one.
one one
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we'll see you guys on thank you guys for watching us. And like we said, Chiva fans, see you later. See you guys later, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.